Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. The Ethereum chart is currently reacting to the price is reacting to one of the Fibonacci support levels that I mentioned to you in the last video. That's here the $3,415 level. The 78.6 extension of what I had here as initial 3 waves down, then a 4th wave up, and it's one of the levels to watch for the next move down. That's at least we talked about in the last video. I've relabeled this from an ABC into a 5-wave move. There are many options. I could even label it as WXYXZ pattern, or even as just WXY. That's not so important. I just wanted to recognize that it looks it looks like a 5-wave move. Now, if that means it's a complex corrective pattern or it's indeed a 1 to 5 in a leading diagonal of an A wave, not so important, but I've labeled it like that to show that it makes, to me at the moment, sense to assume that this is only the A wave of the overall correction. Yeah, because there's a chance that, there's always a chance that it's a WXY and we go up straight away in wave 5, and that wave 4 is already finished because we've reached the trend reversal area, or let's call it the support zone. But because it's a 5-wave move, I definitely want to keep the door open for lower prices until I see first evidence that the low is in. What kind of evidence would that be? I need to see a 5-wave pattern to the upside. So obviously the baseline is that we are here, our main thesis is that we are in a wave 4 correction, yeah? So let's say it's a pullback in an overall uptrend. And this pullback in an overall uptrend could be an opportunity, as mentioned, and the support zone is there to possibly look for entries if you want to use it. It also tells us that a break below the orange support zone means that I have to reinterpret the chart. It means that something different is going on, because no wave 4 should really break below the 50% Fibonacci level. So it means something different is going on. What I would like to see really is a healthy B wave that reaches at least the standard resistance range between 3,738 and 3,936 in a 3-wave corrective pattern. They can always overshoot a little bit. That's why I show the entire range that's normally applicable for a B wave. Be aware and remember that B waves are very much chameleon-like structures. They tend to change, they tend to morph. They can be triangles, they can be very complex, WXY structures. They can be all sorts of complex corrections, and they can be extremely short as well. So just be aware of that. Okay, so it's they are very chameleon-like, so they can always overshoot as well. So that B wave could easily overshoot. No? So I try to, however, I'm tracking 5-wave structures. So if we get this instead of an ABC, then this could be our first indication that a low is in. Then I'm going to add this next support zone for the subsequent corrective pullback. So this is obviously the signal we are watching for, to determine if it's just a B wave or already something more bullish is going on. So if it's a B wave, another C wave down in 5 waves would follow. So C waves are 5-wave structures, and depending on where the B wave really lands, we can then calculate a target for the C wave to the downside. So at the moment, the wave labels here are just placeholders, but I would like to see the C wave of wave 4 reach like here round about 3,200, because it is it's the ideal target for a 4th wave, and it's the 38.2 retracement and the 1.236 extension. So there's confluence of levels there, and this confluence gives additional support possibly. So we've got here the 1.236 extension and the 38.2 retracement, and so I'm watching here for a more extended ABC structure as my ideal scenario. The wave B in an ideal fashion now unfolds as an ABC structure. So these wave counts, they will change, they will morph. That's what they do in corrections. What is more important than the actual wave labels, and it will probably change, right? Because even this B wave here can take I think 13 different patterns, So What is more important than that is though to understand the relevant resistance levels, which are listed here, and the support levels, which are listed here. So the standard support range for the entire wave 4 is between 2,977 and 3,522. And the resistance levels start at 3,659, even though that's too low for standard resistance, but it is a first level where this A wave could react. Yeah, possibly the A wave will stretch higher to the 50% fib level, then we could get a B wave pullback and a C wave rally. And bear in mind, this is only the ideal structure. There's also around the golden ratio level here at 3,820, there is additional structural resistance of the previous wave 4 low. And maybe it's worth adding a trend line. I mean, they are not so reliable, but it might be worth using that trend line as additional signal if we maybe break out. I mean, in terms of breakout, it could just be the B wave rally, but it's something to watch for. So that's how I see it possibly. Yeah, that's at the moment my update for today for Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.